With 3 returning MX1 champions on the line for round 1 in the loops, it was going to be a special day. Medallia out front early. Metcalfe goes down, Thompson goes down, but then the 123 Monster Energy Kawasaki bit between his teeth, makes some passes, gets the first moto win. Second moto gets ahead of Canary and goes for the clean sweep. Metcalfe with red plate to go to Nanaimo. Welcome to round 2 of the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. Mark Travers and Brian Coster in the booth, and this is the Wastelands, a gorgeous MX track in Nanaimo, British Columbia on the island. Of course, our MX1 racing today will be presented by Motovan.com. There's Sir Paul putting in the flags for crying out loud.
I think he's telling these guys to speed it up. And yeah, there's Matt GOERKE with that big wrist brace. Looks like he's got a little bit of the kung fu grip. Nice to see these athletes without their helmets, Travis. These are the stars. People line up for miles for their posters and autographs.
Fabs, let's get caught up on the points in MX1 class after 1 round of 10. Of course, Metcalfe with that red plate. GOERKE, Medaglia, FACCIOTTI, and COLTON are top 5. Looking pretty good. How about Clayson?
Clayson, a newcomer on the Redemption bike, 20 years of age out of Ohio. Boy, is he impressed. Canary Hoyer, Keys the Beast, and Schmoke out of San Diego 10th.
Okay, the gates have been selected, and now the riders are going out onto parade. Our top 5 in points go out first, Brian, and then they let the whole mass go out. With this sight lap, they got to go out there and check the line, see how it's developed from qualifying. It's pretty important.
Yeah, definitely, Travis, but not mandatory. So these guys, they don't have to go out there and get mud in the knob of their tires. Look at this beautiful, beautiful racetrack. Straight at Georgia, just off to the left. We're just about an hour-and-a-half ferry ride from the mainland of Vancouver. And this track is like a huge outdoor supercross carved into the mountain, shale base, but they brought in tons of wood chips and soil over the years to make it very raceable.
My goodness, it's selfie time. Oh, get everything adjusted, looking good. What's wrong with the kiss boy? This is round 2 of the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals. MX1 pilots on the line, and a perfect Rockstar trifecta coming out to Sir Paul. 30 board is only seconds away as we see the lovely Rockstar Haley bring that Moto 1 board across. This first MX1 Moto will be brought to you by RoyalDistributing.com, Canada's power sports leader. Fabulous. Woohoo!
Yeah, Travis, and we got a concrete starting pad here in Nanaimo, one of only 2 tracks. Next weekend in Calgary, the same deal. Those concrete pads have been outlawed in the U.S., so a lot of these riders not accustomed to starting on the cement.
Riders have to get that tire up to temperature. They want it nice and packy when the gate drops, so they get a lot of hookup. This is a very short right-hander, so they got to get on the gas quick, Brian, and then tuck inside if they want to get that Royal Distributing hole shot. Throttles are pinned. Let's go on board the 47. This is Ryan LOCKHART. The drift helmet cam gets a good start. Matty, oh, the 42 of Riley Brook had a great corner there, Brian. Noob gets all swallowed up. It looked like GOERKE was almost off his bike.
Man, GOERKE was doing a big tank slapper there. LOCKHART pushed way out, but Medi as well. So we've got some front runners without the greatest start. But that Royal Distributing hole goes to the 55. Keelan Meston out of Calgary, Alberta.
That might have been one of the closest Royal Distributing hole shots we've ever had. Meston on the inside, Riley Brook on the outside. Just a scant knobby. Fabulous.
You got it, but Meston just in another gear right past the white line. He gets the nod and the $300 and a chance for that Royal Distributing Triple Crown. Number 1, Fat Yotes. Great start up on the inside. Look at that sideways tank slapper.
Brian, really slippery on this track. It's been ultra dry in this area. Tractor's been working so hard to get the moisture down, but when they put it on top of this hard surface, it's like an ice rink. Bobby K on the inside. Great English as they come into this roller section on the back. One of my favorite parts of the track. And look at Fat Yotes.
Great response for FACCIOTTI, Triple S suspension helping him out, and we know Bobby K with that Bonnie engine, he's got some serious horsepower. So our top 3, the writing's on the wall for Meston. He's upset by these top stars. Bobby K gets aggressive, bam, second.
And we know how good the number 1 of Colton FACCIOTTI is on this track. It may not be his favorite track, but he might be the fastest rider there is on this facility.
Yeah, he's good here. Real inopportune time for him to go for a tear-off leading up to that jump, so a double take on the tear-off. Look at the front end of Bobby. He is just covered in roost early on. That is from that watering and those dark kind of wet spots. He's eating a lot of roost considering we were on the opening laps.
The number 3 of Tyler Medaglia sitting in 4th place. I saw Thompson in the mix. 761 of Clayson's in there to our leader, the number 1. Oh, Colton FACCIOTTI.
The Rockstar Energy Drink Drift Lock-Off cam. The fans out here are cheering hard for their hometown hero, Fat Yotes. Nice pass by the number 3. Really impressed by Tyler Medaglia this year. But the 148, Cole Thompson responds quickly. Didn't have the first round he wanted, but he's healing up. He's happy with the bike. And it's showing right now. Tyler way out wide there. He likes to get up in that loose stuff. He likes to sweep the outsides.
Here's that Meston hole shot again, Brian. Rough on the outside, but look at Meston get on the gas, crosses that white line by Anabi, and gets that $300 from Royal Distributing.
Yeah, and if he gets the next one, that's another $300. Royal Distributing doubles it for that Triple Crown, $1,200. That is some serious cake for a pair of hole shots. Metcalfe, without the greatest start, going way wide. That's Clayson in front of him. And you see Metcalfe just getting a little upset. He's pushing hard from not the greatest start, but we know Clayson, he's been a hard rider to pass for these big starters.
He has. It looks like Bobby Kay has fallen back. Thompson got by him. We talked about Metcalfe not having a great start, and he's also one of those riders that publicly doesn't like this track very much, and I can understand that coming from his Euro background, riding in the States. He likes those big wide tracks, but hey, we're all on this surface, and look at the way he is knifing through the pack.
Man, under braking, not able to tuck in on the 3, but gets by Clayson. This is like the best education a young rider could ever get, mixing it up with these riders and the caliber of Metcalfe, finishing 4th in the U.S. Outdoors last year. He's serious.
Metcalfe has got such dynamite English on the bike, Brian. He is turning on every single face. He's scrubbing, finding lines. He parks Medaglia up in the Cowie banners, but then Classic goes inside and moves ahead of Metcalfe. What a battle.
So Medi's so concerned about parking. The number 3 opens the door for Clayson. So this is awesome. Clayson, Redemption Racing KTM. They're backed up by GP Bikes out of Whitby, Ontario. This kid's the real deal.
He is filling in for the number 10, Nathan Bless, who was injured before the season started. And as we watch Metcalfe work his way through the track, Brian, trying to find traction, right now battling with Clayson, it just goes to show you how good the talent is in the top 10 in the MX1 class this year.
Most definitely. There is some great riders up here. Now, Clayson getting a ton of experience on the outside. Metcalfe, he wants to get around quickly, and oh man, Metcalfe just throws it into that rut. Gets a drive through this rhythm section into another big wall berm. We talk about this being like a gigantic outdoor supercross through these rollers. Medi gets her done.
Well, there's definitely one fast line around this track, and Clayson has it on the inside in the Royal Distributing corner. But the one thing you have to do sometimes is be patient on this track, Brian. If you push too hard, you're going to go down.
Oh, 100%. That is a great comment, because you can really get that front end to wash out if you push into the turns. The 101 of GOERKE, we saw him not get a great start. He was right behind Medi, his teammate in front of him. A pair of Rockstar Yammies drag racing up this whole back section of the track leading to this point. So we can see Colton is in front of that battle by about 10-12 seconds. And right now, Colton, a nice lead on the second place rider, Cole Thompson.
Rockstar teammates Canary and GOERKE 3rd, 4th, coming into the Cowie corner. Canary goes high, and look at that little knife in for the 101 of Matt GOERKE. Really good eye for lines out there, Brian, and he is more aggressive than I've ever seen him so far this season.
Well, you know, there is no team orders under that tent, but you know, if you take out your teammate, you'll be a little bit sheepish going back to face the team manager, I tell you.
Brian, I think we've had a change in the lead. It looks like the number 1 of Colton FACCIOTTI has had an issue. Cole Thompson, 148 World Distributing KTM, is in the lead, and that is a pass for second place. We talked about the eye on Matt GOERKE inside, Colton outside. GOERKE into second place. Boy, this battle is not letting up.
Oh, Colton was very, very nice to GOERKE right there. He could have just fed him a little Honda loving. Fat Yotes actually stalled it while in the lead, so that's how Thompson got ahead of him and opened the door for the 101 of the GOERKE.
Let's see if Colton FACCIOTTI can regroup and find a couple of fast lines and get back up into this fray. It's tough when you're leading a race, Brian, and you make a mistake like that. Next thing you know, you're in 3rd place. To the number 3, Tyler Medaglia goes inside on Clayson, and here comes the number 5 of Teddy Mayer, Monster Energy Thor Kawasaki. Great to see him up in the mix.
Last weekend, Teddy was 2nd fast in qualifying. Fastest this morning. This battle for 6th is raging. Medaglia way on the inside. These other 2 riders sweeping and then cutting in. So different line choices throughout. It's whatever the rider's most comfortable with. There's good traction in and around the outside bits, and there's some pretty good ruts here and there. A very raceable track, pretty fair for everyone.
Mayer squares up the FXR corner, took a peek on Clayson, but that big Redemption Racing KTM 761 will have none of it. to the number 1 of Colton FACCIOTTI, the 123 of Brett Metcalfe, and I thought I saw the 101 of Matt GOERKE. He's back in 4th place, Brian. This moto was a stir.
Yeah, GOERKE made that pass on FACCIOTTI, had a little tip over, so he's playing catch-up all over again from a fairly poor start.
And Metcalfe picking up the scraps. He didn't get a great start, now up into 3rd place. Oh my goodness, coming out of the Cowie corner, this battle is raging. Oh, and a nice triple for the number 5 of Teddy Mayer. Does he have Clayson going into the Motovent corner? I think so. Ooh, a late pass in the moto, no one likes that.
And did you see Mayer look over coming into the corner? He's like, dude, are you gonna friggin' slam me or what? So Teddy looked like he was actually slowed right down, was very cautious. Clayson, a bit of respect, Mayer got position.
Our leader, the 148, Cole Thompson, looking good in the lead, but these guys are right behind him. This is the battle for 2nd place. That's FACCIOTTI and Metcalfe to the number 3, Tyler Medaglia. Mayer closing up. These guys are coming in to get their last lap flags.
Funny with Mayer and Medaglia, traditionally these two find themselves in every MX1 race. A little distance between them now, but it is the 123, Brett Metcalfe out of Australia, coming in on Fat Yotes, the hometown hero now, living in Ontario, the number 1, our current champion. He's got his mitts full of Medi.
Metcalfe is the danger man in 3rd place. Don't forget about the fact that the 148 of Cole Thompson is leading this trio, Brian. A couple corners to go. You can see Thompson up ahead going into that Rockstar corner, but eyes are on that battle for 2nd place. Thompson takes the checker flag and gets the win. FACCIOTTI 2nd, Metcalfe 3rd. What a finish.
That was tight. That was really close. The top 3 right in the hunt to the Yamaha leaderboard. So great to see Thompson get that monkey off his back and take a win. Fat Yotes solid, holding off Medi. Back to Clayson Schmoke-Keese, 10th.
Winning the first MX1 moto here at the Wastelands is the 148 of Cole Thompson, Royal Distributing KTM. Cole, a very confusing race out there. A lot of leaders falling back, but you rode a great race. Hung in contention, took your first win. That's got to feel good.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long road to get back up here. Last weekend came loose, some minor issues, you know, with myself, and just felt a little sore, and came back this week, had a great week. Out there in the first moto, it was just a matter of whoever suffered the most, and I knew I could suffer the most and stay up front, and that's what I did. I mean, I had some luck with Colton stalling and then GOERKE having a tip over, but I'll take it for my first win, and looking forward to getting back out there for Moto 2.
3rd place finish, first MX1 moto here from the Wastelands is a 123 of Brett Metcalfe. Picking up some scraps out there, Brett. Not necessarily the start that you wanted, but then you really had to fight your way into 3rd. Guys going down. It was a crazy moto out there.
It was. I mean, this track's known for a good racing. I guess it's tight, and the track's rocky, and so hot out here they got to put a lot of water down. So that first part of the moto, it's had to be careful, patient, didn't get a good start. So just got to try and put the Monster Energy Kawasaki up there in the next moto. A little better start, and then if we can do the same result or better, that'd be great.
I was scared. I was terrified, so I started...
Keelan Meston doing his best. Gloria Gaynor, he will survive. 2nd MX1 moto next. This is the Wastelands, Nanaimo, British Columbia, and the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals Round 2. As we get set for moto number 2 of the MX1 class. All the big boys are on the line, and the 30 board is up, Brian. This 2nd MX1 moto will be brought to you by Max Convenience Stores, a great place to get your ice-cold Rockstar. Wow, who is going to get the whole shot in this 2nd MX1 moto, Brian? Because I'm telling you what, you got to get on the gas, you got concrete start to deal with, a whole bag of tricks.
Yeah, and it's a right-hander as a 5-second board is shown. So that is the brake side on the back brake. So hard for these riders to modulate the back brake. The new Brian LOCKHART, a nice jump up the inside, swallowed up. Where's that whole shot coming from?
Looks like the number 148, Cole Thompson, Royal Distributing KTM. Oh my goodness, Bobby K is down, and it looks like the 123, yes, of Brett Metcalfe is down with the 47 of Ryan LOCKHART.
Drama early on, a couple of front runners, low slide, and that ain't overwatered in there. It's pretty tacky, but with this hard base, it's slippery at the best of times.
You want to talk about wet spots, Brian? That is one you do not want to get into. All right, let's move up to our lead package. FXR corner, Colton FACCIOTTI with a good start. We talked about the 148 of Cole Thompson. He got that Royal Distributing hole. as we move back to the number 55 of Keelan Messon with another dynamite start. And how about the 476 of Colin Jurin? Nice to see a newbie up in this little mix.
Well, Jurin has been really fast on the Husqvarna. We got a few Huskies in the top 10. So Jurin is just making a move in the bowl right here. See if he can get up ahead of some of these other guys.
Boys coming out of the Kawasaki Beer Garden bull corner. Looks like Meston is going wide. Medallion on the inside through the Motovan corner. And here comes the 761 of Klassen. This kid's been all over the track today. I'm liking his style.
Yeah, Redemption sure came out smelling like a rose, finding Clayson at one of their practice tracks in the U.S. So when number 10, Bless, got hurt, Clayson got the call.
In the midnight hour, I really like to see that 55 of Keelan Messon up front right now. Confidence is brewing for him. Now, let's go back and take a look at that road stripping hold.
Man, oh man, cuts in. Look at Bobby, takes the lead, but that $300 goes to the 148 of Cole Thompson, who is as steady as a locomotive.
And there's that little slick high line, and the inside line was slick as well. That's where Medi went down. So two of our front runners, second corner, wow, down.
A couple of our best riders go down all on their own. If you look at GOERKE, he's got a nice move here. This Ryan LOCKHART helmet cam action is spectacular. Look at Metcalfe land, both feet on the peg, simultaneously low slides with Canary. Lockhart's got nowhere to go but jam right in top of him. And with 40 other marauders coming in on you, crashing at the starter in the first couple corners is a scary proposition.
Salt Jr. was not happy about that. Has a top 10 start, too bad for him. To our leader, the 148, Royal Distributing KTM of Cole Thompson. The 101 of Matt GOERKE holding tight in second place. Nice to see these two guys get together.
We saw the Rockstar rider GOERKE in the first moto. Not a great start, charged all the way up to the lead, got by Thompson, and then with that tip over, relinquished it back to Cole. So GOERKE in second, point position, a good spot for him right now.
Jurin's got a rear view mirror full of the number 3 of Tyler Medallion. Medallion goes inside, he likes that line. Jurin on the high side through that Royal Distributing corner. Wow, what a brash pass for that number 3 Husky.
Well, Colin has been fast all year. It's nice to see a couple of these white bikes mixing it up with the boys. Medallion's got number 3 for a reason, though, man. He is rock solid. Jurin here, able to get some experience.
Back to our lead package, the 148 of Cole Thompson. You know the one thing I like about Thompson, Brian? He is one of the smoothest riders on the track. He's like Mr. Cool out there.
Deceiving speed, Travis, is what I say. It looks like he's not really trying. And Thompson has not been injured much in his career. That knee injury was the worst thing that ever happened to him there in Supercross there last season. But this kid, he's able to ride in and out, ride 6-7 days a week, and remain relatively injury-free.
We've got a great battle on the track as the number 761 of Clayson and the number 5 of Mayer get by Colin Jurin. So Jurin's still in the top 10, but coming into this little Dragon's Back corner, these guys had a little connection in the Kawasaki Bowl corner in the first moto, Brian.
And of course, Mayer, a 2-time Canadian champion, 9th season racing up here. He knows this track well, and he knows how to get that power down when there's not a lot of traction.
We were talking about Thompson, of course, getting the win in the first MX1 moto, first win of the season for him, but that's not the first time he's won in this country in this class.
No, he has won in the past for KTM in MX1, so it's great to see Thompson slightly gapping the 101 of GOERKE. Third place rider is FACCIOTTI, looking really good out on the track right now in that Gopher Dunes Honda. Lapped riders knowing to get the heck out of the way of this battle as Mayer sneaks past Clayson into the FXR right-hander. Lots of options back in this section of the track. They accelerate hard, coming all the way up that west straightaway. Love this part of the track. This little single that they turn onto, the riders that are super brave can make time right there.
For sure they can. And the thing about this track, Ryan, is it's not difficult. It's not going to separate the riders based on their skill abilities. Everybody's going fast. So this track is a little bit more about making mistakes or not making mistakes.
Yeah, definitely a good point. More so than other tracks that get super rough, that really spreads out the ability. Everyone goes fast here, so it's those little nuances, under braking, and the way the riders can scrub. And that's where Metcalfe really seems to have a leg up, so to speak, on this field. He's got his own little scrub technique, and man, it's just that 10th here, 10th there, adds up at the end.
We talked about the talent in the MX1 class this season, stacked all the way to top. There's Metcalfe. You saw him scrubbing off that big roadside tabletop, but different leaders in each moto so far this season. That's what makes it exciting.
Yeah, terrific year so far, but we'll see if we can get it done on the moto. Oh, little stall or a bobble, and right there, I don't know if he had to refire with the electric start on the KTM, but as a competitor, GOERKE sees a weakness, and that just gives you a mental edge. When you see the guy in front of you, you know, get a tank slapper, screw up, you're just like, man, I gotta get by this guy quick before I'm gathered up. And GOERKE right now has confidence. Uh-oh! Thompson jammed up by the lapper. It opens the door for GOERKE right around, and he's gonna fill Thompson up with a little of that sauce.
Oh, right into the FXR corner and a full plate of GOERKE sauce. GOERKE now in the lead. We talked about making mistakes, Brian. Thompson with either a misshift or a stall, and GOERKE capitalizes.
Yeah, and that lap rider didn't help, just fully jammed Thompson. Here it is in slow-mo. Thompson has to make an adjustment right there. He has to lift out of it. He looks over. He knows the writing's on the wall. GOERKE's got the smooth line. Thompson on that little hipper tries to salvage it with a mitt full of throttle, but the GOERKE right on the inside. Look at that braking. Great technique. Gorgeous. GOERKE, very, I would say, underrated down south. This kid has got something, and Canada is known for rebooting and regenerating careers.
Here comes the 123 and Metcalfe using Tyler's line on the inside. He gets by him. That moves him up into fourth place. There's our leader now. That's GOERKE to the 148 of Cole Thompson. Still tight, Brian. Getting back to the number 5 of Teddy Mares. He comes over and gets his last lap flag. So we are in the waning stages of this second MX1 moto.
Cole Thompson, rock solid. He's like a freight train. He's right there on GOERKE. He went first in the first moto, so with second, we'll give him the overall on the day. And you know, a lot of these team bonuses are paid on overall, so this could be a good paycheck for Thompson.
Thinking about the number 1 of Colton FACCIOTTI sitting in third place. I expected to see Colton win both motos today. He seemed to be the dominant rider in the last couple of years in this track, but let's throw that out the window. The talent level out here right now, anybody can win. And right now, the 101 Rockstar Yamaha Matt GOERKE is in the lead, 1 corner to go.
He's going in for the checkers. You can see all the crowd working their way towards the podium. They don't want to miss this. Matt GOERKE takes the second moto, Rockstar OTSFF Yamaha alias gear. He is pumped. His mechanic, Steve Sims, they've been working this year like clockwork. Welcome back to the Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross Nationals here in Nanaimo. Nice shot of the 148 Thompson getting that Royal Distributing whole shot check to the Yamaha leaderboard.
Top 10 second MX1 moto. Let's go all the way down to 7th with Clayson Canary in 8th, Kyle Keith in 9th, and Keelan Meston in 10th. Go to it, Fabs.
101 of Matt GOERKE, native of Florida, presently living in California. Ocean Transportation, Rockstar Yamaha, busted out that win. Long time coming. Took you 4 motos. You did it.
Yeah, I felt great out there. My whole Rockstar OTSFF Yamaha. They worked so hard this week to get my bike comfortable after last week, and it felt so good. In factory connection suspension, my bike was feeling great out there. First moto, I caught up to second and then stalled it and got a 4th, but that moto felt good and got the win.
The number 1 of Colton FACCIOTTI, pretty solid day. 3rd in this second moto. It was hard and choppy, bit of damage control. It's a long series.
Yeah, the track was kind of tough out there. They really watered it to keep the dust down, but the water just sits on top because it's so hard. But you know, I did what I could out there. I tried to run the pace of the leaders, but just wasn't really feeling it, so I just backed it down and took the 3rd place. And you know, I'm happy with that. Obviously, would like to do a little bit better, but there's always next weekend.
Tour Series points in the MX1 class after 2 of 10 rounds. It looks like the 123 of Brett Metcalfe will have the red plate as we head into Calgary for round 3. Clayson in 7th, Mayer in 8th, Feast in 9th, and Dylan Schmoke in the top 10.
There are our top 3 on the day in MX1. Remember to like us on Facebook and go to mxnationals.ca for the straight goods.
You have been watching the 2015 Rockstar Energy Drink Motocross National, presented by Motovan.com, Canada's source for power sports parts and accessories. Special thanks to our track builder, Stu McQueen, and the Nanaimo Motocross Association for all their hard work and hospitality. The tour heads east as we go to Cowtown. Calgary is next. Look out!